at home with the Newington PE team. So over the next few videos, you're going to see myself, Mr. Schulz and Mr. Moore trying to attempt some activities that you can do while at home. Now these activities are not just for you, they are for your whole family to get physically active and for you guys to enjoy yourselves. Hopefully, maybe get a little bit of competition going in the household. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our very own beanbag. So this is homemade, so obviously we've had to use things out of the cupboard. I've got a bag of boil in the bag rice, but if you've got plain rice open, so obviously you can just stick that straight into the zippy bag. I've got my own zip bag. I put my rice inside. I make sure that I don't get any air in that bag so that the rice is free to move around inside. Just going to pop those zip over just so that it's not right in the way. And then I'm going to bring my sock and pop my bag of rice right into the bottom of my sock. Now obviously we don't want this bit flopping around, so we're going to pop that inside out, just inside, to make our very own beanbag. So our first activity for today is going to be the front support challenge. You're going to need the following equipment for this activity. You can see we've got our homemade beanbag and we've got 4 coloured pieces of card. Now I'm going to get into position to be able to show you exactly what I'm going to expect from you for this activity. So I have 2 versions of the front support. One is slightly adapted for those people who have difficulties with joints or putting their weight over their shoulders, or there is the traditional front support action, which is what we've learnt from year 2 up to year 6 in our gymnastics classes. So the proper front support should have our hands flat on the floor in front of us, our shoulders over our wrists, and our whole body needs to be completely flat, just resting our weight through our shoulders and down to our toes, keeping your bottom down. The adapted version, however, is keeping your knees down but still having your weight over your wrists to keep yourself up in a supported position. Either way you do this is absolutely fine, but maybe try and challenge yourself and have a go at the full support. Okay, so challenge 1. We're going to need 2 colours of our card and we're going to need a homemade beanbag. We start with the beanbag on one side. That is where you count your repetition from. For every exercise that we're about to do, you need to do 5 times of the repetition. So, challenge number 1. We have our hands out in front of us into that front support like I showed you earlier, and we must do this with both hands. So, to start with, I pick up the beanbag, I move it across, 1, across, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I swap, moving on to the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First challenge done. Right, second challenge. I'm just going to show you the rotation of the 1 repetition just so that you're aware of how it works. It moves from the green to the blue to the orange back to the green. 1, then round for 2, round for 3, round for 4, round for 5. Then you would swap your hand but still going the same way. Round, round, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is how it looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Okay, so now we've added a 4th colour in. We've got our yellow ones. This would be underneath us while we're in our front support. The rotation looks like this, similar to number 2. Challenge number 3 goes from green, yellow, blue, orange, back to green. And then when we swap to our other hand, we're still going the same way. Yellow, blue, orange, green. Now let's see that in action. Okay, right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swap hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Challenge 3. Okay, challenge 4. So this is where it starts to get a little bit more complicated. We're going to need to really pay attention to where the beanbag needs to go. So starting with the green, we move from the green to the blue, to the orange, to the yellow, back to the green. So across, up, down, back. Across, up, down, back. Across, up, down, back. Across, up, down, back. Okay, swapping hands, we would do the same. Across, up, down, back. Let's see that in action. Okay, right hand. 1. If it goes wrong, don't worry, just restart. And swap. Challenge 4 done. Challenge 5. So as you can see, our colour card or anything that you're using that's creating the colours is now set out differently. We're going to need to really pay attention to this one as there's lots of diagonal movement and sideways movement. So starting with my right hand off the green, it goes from green diagonally to blue, across to orange, diagonally down to yellow and straight back to green. That's our first repetition. So to repeat that again, diagonally to blue, orange, yellow, green. Then we would swap hands, the same movement, so going across from the green to the blue, to the orange, to the yellow, back to the green. Let's see that in action. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swap hands. 2, 4. Last one done. Challenge 5 complete. Well done, guys. Congratulations on completing your first challenge video. Now, obviously, we did say at the beginning that this is open for all family members. Everybody is capable of doing those activities. If you find it difficult to move from one side to your body to the other, you can use both hands and transfer the beanbag between the two, but actually that may be more difficult. Now, when we started this video, I explained to you that I was going to be setting yourself some challenges that you could then turn into a competitive game at home. So I'm going to show you how to use the ladder chart. The ladder is the easiest competition format to use, and hopefully you and your family will get to grips with it really quickly. Okay, so you can see here that I have myself a ladder chart. Now, it's made up of a ladder. There's only 4 rungs because I've got 4 people in my imaginary family. As you can see, George is currently at the bottom, then followed by Tilly, then Lucy and Sam at the top of our ladder. Now, Sam is obviously our reigning champion from the challenges, so it's up to Lucy, Tilly and George to compete against each other or to take on Sam. Now, say for example, George decides that he's going to go up against Sam. He's decided they're going to do challenge 2. They take on one another. It's a timed challenge, so they each do it individually, timing themselves. If George wins, he will then replace Sam in his position. And because Sam has lost to George, who was down at the bottom of the rung, he loses his position completely. However, if Sam won, he would keep his place and George would stay where he is. Obviously, you can compete against anybody in the ladder. So, for example, if Tilly wanted to take on Lucy to try and get her space, obviously your plan is to try and be at the top of the ladder by the end of the challenges. So day 1, you get the chance to practice your challenges from 1 to 5. And in day 2, you start your ladder chart. And let's see who's going to win out of your household. So we've come to the end of our first video for PE at home from the Newington PE team. I know you're super excited to see what the other 2 have got up to, but for now, I wish you all the luck in competing against your family, taking on the challenges that have been set for you today, and I hope that you are all safe and we are looking forward to seeing you soon.